Ta-da! And back at you with another video, and welcome to another edition of Stop the Capping. I'm your host, Ahmad, and we got some things to talk about this afternoon. So welcome to this edition of Stop the Capping. I'm your host, Ahmad, and we're going to talk about the tariff war between Canada, Mexico, and China. And it is now in full flash, even though Trump has given a period of 1 month of grace to certain nations. Certain nations have 1 month, especially like Mexico. But let's talk about this. So, with this being said, certain individuals, news outlets, other social media outlets are trying to make it like the tariffs is going to hurt us more than it's going to hurt the country that it's being imposed on. So, I asked the question, why now is he doing this? Why now is this issue coming up about tariffs, and why these specific three nations? You got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, people saying that we're going to be hurting by this, that, and the third. We were already hurting by this, that, and the third before this even came about. I spoke about once before about certain things that we used to be number one in the world in. We used to lead the world in production and making things, especially steel. We were one of the number one producing countries of steel. So now, most of the categories that we used to be number one in, we're either non existent or dead last. And some of these pricings that we get and things that we are getting is because we no longer manufacture those things. Other countries are producing those things. And so, with that being done, it's forcing the imbalance in the trade. In other words, more people are sending goods and services to us than we are sending out of the country to others. That means more products are being sent to us than we're being sent to others. So you figure these three nations, especially China, China is sending things left, right, and center. China is sending products left, right, and center. Almost every time you pick up something is made in China. Look at this. Just for example, just look at these. These are just some basic headset speakers. Look pretty nice, right? Basic, nothing about them. Look at this one. These are just some basic products, all right? Basic products, nothing but speakers. But guess where these products were made? Both of them produced in China. You mean to tell me someone in the United States can't make these? You mean to tell me someone in the United States can't make these? This is what I'm talking about. Basic things that we use. This is a light. Tail light from a bike. America's been riding bikes since the 19 something. You mean to tell me this comes from China? You mean to tell me we can't produce this? So there has to be a balance in what is being brought in and what is being brought out. And some people want to make it look like they're doing us a favor. So Canada, they, especially Ontario, that prime minister out there in Ontario or whoever he is, governor, however they want to call him, he makes a news thing about it. They're showing all the alcohol in that part of Canada, which is Ontario, which is supposed to be a large uh, seller of our product of alcohol, and he's showing the shows all the products being taken off the shelves. But you haven't seen any countries over here taking off any products from Mexico. We're not taking off any products from China and not selling. We're not doing that shenanigan. So what's the purpose of doing it? And me personally, I can care less about alcohol. I really can care less if we're selling alcohol. I understand it provides a job. I understand it's income. But me personally, I could care less if we stop selling alcohol altogether. Point blank and period. I could care less about alcohol. We can do without alcohol. We can do without it. You don't want to sell out alcohol? Fine. Find somebody else to sell it to. Find someone else that may want our products and services, but are not trying to jam us up. See, people take our kindness for weakness out here, and that's what's going on with the world. People have taken our kindness and weakness for so long, they figure they could just do whatever they want to us. Whatever. That's what people think now. People think they can do to the United States whatever they want. They don't respect us. They think we are a bunch of stupid people over here. They don't think we're very smart. Yeah, they think we got smart people, but they don't think we as a nation, as a country, they don't think we're smart. They don't respect our intelligence. They respect certain people that have intelligence, but they don't respect our nation as a whole. They really don't. Everybody got their hands out. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And we got too many leaders in here that don't know how to say no. We're not gonna do it. We're gonna stop the shenanigans. Y'all just not gonna come in here left, right, and center and just do, say, take, and grab what you want. We got to get some strong leaders with backbone to say enough is enough and know how to say no. Know when to say no. Know when to say, nah, that's not right. We ain't doing that. Know when to say, hey, we got to make some better changes. We got to go about things a better and more productive way. So, like I said, Canada, they had them all, had it all on the news. They snatching the alcohol off the thing, talking about we making a billion this, and you don't know what you're doing, and blase, and left, right, and center. Yeah, we may be hurting for a little while, but let's look at our history. When have we not heard it before? See, people act like we ain't never been down that road of being in pain before. People act like we ain't never been hurt before. People act like we ain't never been poor before. People must not have read our history too good. We've been down these paths before. People act like we have never suffered in our life. People act like this country as a whole has never suffered. If you're 50 plus years old, you have seen a little suffering in your lifetime. Not like the 30s and 40s, but you've seen a little bit when unemployment was high, when crime was even higher. You've seen it. You've been a part of it. But it's not a reason to be fearful or scared or start protesting left, right, and center. People have been sticking it to us left, right, and center. And it's about time someone stepped up and said enough is enough. Now the federal courts are coming out telling us, hey, you can't stop providing U.S. aid. Why are we providing aid to countries that not helping benefit us? You people rely on donations on that aid. Okay, y'all rely on our donations and aid, but what are we getting in return for them donations and ads and aids that we're providing? What are we getting in return? We just handing out money left, right, and center. Where does aid money come from? All these billions of dollars that the United States provides to these other countries in foreign aid and assistance, where does that money come from? How are we giving billions of dollars to other foreign countries and we got homelessness here in the United States? That's over $60 billion in U.S. aid going all over the place. But yet we got people in here in the United States homeless. And then you got a federal judge saying, no, you can't freeze that. You got to let that go through. But that federal judge ain't saying, hey, get them people off the streets. See how that makes sense? You got a judge telling Trump he can't freeze aid and assistance to other nations because they need it. But yet, he can take his ass and drive around the United States, left, right, and center, going back to court and see homeless people there and don't think nothing about it. Make that make sense. So this is the kind of leadership we got. We got federal judges telling our president, no, you can't stop aid to these various countries and nations because they need it. Are we the only country with money? Are we the only countries making money? China ain't making money. Canada ain't making money. Mexico ain't making money. But he's going to tell our president, hey, you can't freeze aid to other nations that you have said that you were going to help. Why not? We providing all these aids to all these countries. What are they doing for us? So we provide them with aid and subsidies to get back on their feet. Once they get back on their feet, the first thing they do is poke their chest out. Once they get on their feet, do they return the billions of dollars that we gave them back? Do they say, hey, thank you for helping our people out? Thank you for helping our society out. Thank you for helping our country out. Hey, here we're going. You didn't ask for, but hey, we're going to pay you back. Here's all the money that you gave us in aid and assistance. Hey, we're going to pay you back. We're good now, so we're going to pay you back. Are they doing that? No, they're not. They're getting on their feet, and then they're giving us the fingers once they get on their feet. Where do foreign countries think this aid money that we send them come from? It comes off the back of us, the working citizens of the United States. We got $60 billion to give out to foreign aid, but yet we got people walking around here in our country homeless. Make that make sense. Did somebody not tell our federal government, hey, Charity starts at home first and then it spreads abroad. Did not someone tell our government, hey, charity starts at home and then you spread it abroad? See, I guess that part didn't touch our federal government. I guess that part of taking care of home first didn't touch those men and women who are in office to do exactly that. Who are supposed to be taken care of, making sure the interests of the United States is taken care of first. And then you go out and provide charity, aid, and assistance to others. But you make sure home is taken care of first. Why is that not being done? Why is that not being done on a regular basis? How do we have $60 billion to provide other nations aid and assistance, but yet we got homeless people walking around here in the United States? Somebody tell me, please, how that makes sense. How can a federal judge tell our government, our president, no, you can't freeze aid and assistance to others, but yet he don't see the homelessness that's going on right here, and he here. He can only see what our money does to help benefit others, but he don't see the homelessness that's right here in the very country that he's supposed to be a federal judge. But he don't see nothing going on. He thinks everything is hunky dory here in the United States. He don't see people here in our own country suffering left, right, and center. See, we getting so used to looking good before others. We've gotten this bad habit of putting out a front for others, making ourselves look good for others instead of making ourselves look good for each other. See, we give each other the finger, and then we go out here in the world, and then we put on this nice suit and this nice personality, and we say, "Hey, look at us." But to each other, we could care less if we standing or falling. We'll see ourselves falling down, and we'll walk right by and look at them, and just keep walking. Don't ask that man why he down there. Just like he first thing out your mouth, he lazy, or he this, or he that, or he's scamming. But never once taking the time or opportunity and ask, "Hey, how can I help you? How can we be assistance from you? How can we get you off this street?" So they can make laws saying that you can't ask for aid, you can't beg for aid, you can't beg for assistance. Why don't they do that for the other countries? Why don't they put up the no panhandling sign for other nations? So you putting up panhandle signs, no solicitations from here, no this, no that, for your own people. Why don't you put that up for other countries? Put up a do not panhandle over here. Put up a do not bag us over here. Now I'm not saying not help anyone. My beef is you're not helping your own first. You're not providing charity here first. I'm doing a sponsorship right now for the American Cancer Society where I'm asking my friends, family to make donations to the cancer initiative. But yet we can give $60 billion to aid and assistance for those outside of the country. But yet we got to walk around here begging left, right, and center for Cancer Society, for Red Cross, for the American Heart Foundation. We have to beg the general population for aid and assistance just for things that should be right, should be taken care of, that our tax dollars should be benefiting us first. We shouldn't have to be paying taxes left, right, and center, and then still have to go out and beg and borrow and have all these different fundraisers to get more funding when we out here handing $60 billion to other countries who, once they get the money, are doing what for us in return. Okay, you don't have the finances. What do you have that you can provide us for? We give you aid and assist to help you. What can you do for us? What can you aid and assist us in? If we provide aid to Africa, why don't Africa have a means and ways where, hey, we can send some of our brightest and smartest over to your country? Show you how to benefit and help and think, oh yeah, we do that. They are Caucasians. No one asked me if I want to go to Africa and help my own people. We're quick to send a bunch of Caucasians, and I don't want to sound racist. I don't, because that does not benefit anyone being black and white. I don't want to get into a black and white situation. See, it's now 2025. We got to get past them. We got to stop looking in terms of black and white. That's done and over with. If you can't move past that, you're going to be lost because the world going to walk right past you. I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we can't look at the world now moving forward. It's beyond black and white. That was our 60s, our 70s, and our 80s. It's a whole new ball game that we're about to step into. And if we don't pull our heads out of our butts, we're going to be further behind than what we are now. See, if we don't start looking out for each other, and I mean those who want to be part of the United States, to be a collective body of one, yeah, people going to be walking right past us. We're going to be the last man standing. And I'm not going to even say that. Let me correct that statement. We're going to be the last man on the totem pole. Not the last man standing. We're going to be the last man on the totem pole. Because we can't get anything done because we bigger and argue too much. I see the tariffs being a benefit. In other words, there's definitely a disproportion of what's coming in and what's going out. And I think more product is coming in than we are actually selling going out. Because if everybody else is producing everything that we used to produce, then how's it benefiting? How's it benefiting us? If everybody's sending goods and services to us, but when it comes to us sending it over there, it's like, stop, we don't need it. We got enough. We're not selling our own. We don't need that right now. So we just supposed to just keep letting people just send stuff here, send stuff. So you want to flood our markets with your products. You want to flood our country with your people. And you think American citizens don't see what's going on? That's why Trump was elected. See, people try to label him a racist and all this other kind of shenanigans and stuff. The world ain't about black and white no more. If y'all still thinking that black and white stuff, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. You need to start thinking United States. If you're going to be a part of the United States, you need to start thinking a part of the United States, not black and white. Because them days are done with, folks. I'm sorry. It's done with. It's time for us to move forward. It's time to live that dream that Martin Luther King was talking about. Because believe it or not, it's going to come a lot sooner than what you think. In other words, you see what he's trying to get rid of, or the exclusion of all this, is just, hey, enough of that. Imano, imano, man, man. Not because of the color of your skin, you're going to get a special treatment. Not because of this, you're going to get that. Not because of this, you're going to get that. And that's what King was talking about. Equal terms, equal opportunities. Yeah, we need to have watchdogs in place to make sure people are doing things correctly, making sure people are following the rules and regulations. But the tariff is the same thing like the people. And it's really, I understand him with Mexico. You flooding our markets with your products, and then you flooding our country with your people. You can't get it both ways. And then when your people get here, they ain't buying American. Trust me. People in these foreign countries are not running to the store buying our products. Don't visit these countries, live in some of these countries, and you will see for yourself. These markets are patronizing their own products from their own people. Yeah, they may throw a few of your items in there for the international visitors that come from other places. They may throw a few of our products here and there sporadically within their stores. But trust and believe me, those people in those foreign countries are being loyal to their own. The playing field that the international world is trying to bring about us, they don't play by them. They do not play by them same rules. They're gonna put themselves first. They're gonna put their country first. They're gonna put their products first. They're always gonna put their people first. We the ones that don't put ourselves first. We'll put somebody else on the pedestal and praise. Oh, look at him! Oh, wow, 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 wow. We'll shine a light on somebody else so fast it'll make your head turn. So tariff, certain items, certain products, certain countries are bringing too much stuff in this country, and the balance is not fair. The balance is not equal. And I know China is not equal. I know they are far exceeding the stuff they send to us as how much we're sending to them. I know the deficit is not even close. We're not even close to sending their products, our products to their country as they're sending their products to us. We're not even close anymore. Now, people may want to think and make us think that, but like the topic said, stop the capping. You're lying. You're lying. And there's news people out here that are trying to flip this script that what Donald Trump is trying to do, and he's trying to make the playing field balanced now. He's trying to make the playing field equal. He's trying to say to all these countries that we're giving out aid, we're giving this for, we're giving that for, we left, right, and the third. Why are we doing this and we're getting nothing in return? We're providing this, that, left, right, and center, but we're getting nothing in return for the American people. This money comes from the people, us. Federal government just didn't start with $1 billion already in their pocket. That money came from somewhere. So if we're going to provide a country with aid and assistance all over the world, left, right, and center, there should be something they should be able to do for us as well. They should be able to provide us with some type of service. You ever have the word heard of you scratch my back, I scratch yours? It seems like we're scratching everybody else's back, but the only thing we're getting is a foot in our ass. We're just sending American dollars left, right, and center, but all we get back in return is a puffed out chest once they get back on their feet. Once these countries just got their hands out left, right, and center, looking for aid here, aid there, to get their to bring their society back up to par, to bring their society out of poverty. Once they get out of that, first thing they do is pop out their chest. Look at me now. China was not always rich. Japan was not always rich. There was a time when all these countries were suffering. And they were like this. Now all of a sudden the wealth has just flown in left, right, and center. And now they popping out their chest now. Now everybody's popping out their chest. Everybody's standing tall, you know what I'm saying? Once upon a time you was humble, you was like this and stuff. Oh now, but the goings got good. So now everybody now is popping out their little chest now. See? Everybody's popping out their chest. Look at the Mexican president, how she speaks about it. She's popping out her little chest now. You want to flood our country with the products. Now you want to flood our country with your people as well. Then you want to poke out your chest. Then you telling our president, we ain't taking, don't bring no immigrants back. They're your people. Make that make sense. You an elected president, newly elected president, and you don't give a care. Your people just up and leaving left, right, and center, and you don't care. But you just a new elected president. But now we supposed to sit here and accept you telling our president you ain't taking your people back. He's stupid. Yeah, he is stupid if he's just gonna sit by and let you do what you're doing. That is stupidity of the highest order. If we just sit back and hey, the trade between the countries is imbalanced. Your people are overblowing our population, left, right, and center. You're using our money that we should be providing aid and assistance for our citizens. Now we got to feed and clothe your citizens, but we stupid. Yeah, we are stupid if we just sit back and let this nonsense keep on going the way it is. You damn right, we stupid. But as you can see, Trump ain't going for that. See, people want to label him a racist, stupid, and all that. I used to follow that narrative instead of just sitting down and taking a real good look at what he's really trying to do. Take a real look. What's the purpose of him doing what he's doing? Taking a good look at the things that he's saying. Take out the black and white issue of it. Just look at the things that he is saying and why he's saying these things. Like he said, we're not getting a fair shake. Everybody's basically stepping on us and stepping over us and using us left, right, and center. It's like the kid that you share your toys with, but then when you go to their house and share, they give me, that's mine. That's what we're dealing with in the world. We sharing and giving left, right, and center, but when it come back to us to play for something, everybody snatching their stuff and like this mine. Everybody holding on to theirs. No, we got to change this imbalancement, and we got to stop being fearful. We got to stop being fearful of making changes. We got to be stop being fearful of rocking the boat. Okay, so we have a few days, few months, a few times of hardships. Okay, no pain, no gain. Ain't that the motto? No pain, no gain. Through pain, through adversity, comes strength and guidance. So we have to suffer a little bit to make a point. Price was already off the roof before he even did the thing. So how much more higher can they get? He's trying to force us as citizens to get back into producing things, making things, using our heads to be producers now instead of buyers. See, we're not looking at the bigger picture. We're still in that black and white issue with things. Let's start looking at things from the bigger point of view, the bigger issue. When you talk about making America great again, he wasn't on no black and white thing. He wasn't trying to bring us back to slavery. He was trying to get America back to where we used to lead the world and trade. He's trying to get us back where nations came to us, left, right, and center, for goods and services and products. Not us having to go all over the world and become buyers. When we used to lead the world in selling, when we were number one in producing, number one in selling, that's what he's trying to get us back. He's like a manager coming in the store and seeing a bunch of stuff on the wall and ain't nobody buying it. So I just took a different view of him instead of looking at it from a black and white angle. Yeah, like he said, we may suffer a little bit here and there, but we gotta let these other nations know that y'all ain't just gonna flood us with y'all products, flood us with y'all people, and we just supposed to stand by and just let y'all keep kicking us in the butt. No, that's what he means. Some American people, I know a lot of American people are getting tired of getting kicked in the butt. They're getting tired of other nations putting their foot in our butt and then smiling in our face. A lot of Americans are getting tired of getting kicked in the butt. It got nothing to do with black and white. 40 years ago, 50 years ago, we number one damn near in every category you want to put in. Now the only thing we number one in is crime. And the number of people we send into to prison, the number of incarcerations. We leading the world in stupidity of the highest order. Criminal activities, crime, foolishness. That's what we leading the world in right now. We ain't leading the world in nothing important. Education. Our education ain't even free. Why is it not free? We sending $60 billion to other countries in aid and assistance, but we can't afford, you tell me, to provide free education for our citizens? Somebody tell me how that makes sense. Somebody please make that make sense. We send aid and assistance to other nations all over the world, totaling over $60 billion, but we can't afford to provide free education for our citizens here in the United States. Somebody help me with that nonsense that's going on. Somebody please tell me why we don't have free education. And if you don't want to say the free education, how come we can't have free health? But we can send out $60 billion all over the world for aid and assistance for others. But we can't take care of our own. Stupidity of the highest order. Somebody help me out. I'm waiting. Somebody help me out. Somebody make this make sense. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're trying to justify to say why we ain't got it, I can tell you why we should have it. We got to get it together. We got to get it together, people. We better wake up. Stop thinking about black and white all the time. We better get it together. Thank you for this edition of Stop the Capping. I'm your host, Ahmad. I'll be back with another video. So until then, maintain your flow, keep your head above the water, and please keep your hands out of my pockets. Until then, peace. Your boy's out of here. Good night.